Hello everybody and welcome to another SC2 cast. My name is Paul, casting for you today game number 3 of the semifinals Dreamhack Summer 2011. We have here playing today SD Bomber playing as the Blue Terran in the 12 o'clock position versus Moon playing as the Red Zerg in the 2 o'clock position of the map Metalopolis. Now the series is a best of 3, so the first player to 2 wins will advance to the grand finals to play Liquid Huck. And the series is very exciting right now, tied 1-1, so everything comes down to this game here on Metalopolis. Now we saw in the last game, Moon playing exceptionally well, absolutely showcasing the power that is Ling Muta against Terran, showcasing exactly what the idea behind Ling Muta is. It's not to engage in a fight with the Terran army, really at any point, but to harass, to contain, to gain map control, and that's exactly what he did. Moon was able to contain Bomber to 4 bases while taking up to 9 of his own, had vision everywhere but directly inside Bomber's base, and continually harassed the drone lines of Bomber, and just containing his army inside his base. It was absolutely well played. Bomber could not leave his base, otherwise he would lose a lot of SCVs. He was just running Marines around all over to his different bases just to try to stop the Mutas from harassing, and every now and then there'd be Zerglings coming in. So Moon played an exceptional macro game on that map. Absolutely just starved out Bomber. If you watched it, he was very patient, played basically until Bomber had no more minerals left off 4 bases. Literally, all the mineral patches were mined out of the 4 bases. Very patient play. I loved it, and Moon definitely deserved the win on that game. Now, back to this game here. Moon opting to go Speedling Expand here, playing a little bit safer, and this is exactly the reason why we see Bomber here opening with 2 racks Marine play. No doubt there will be an SCV coming in, trying to do some bunker pressure with the Marines, but Bomber, seeing Speedling open here and 4 Zerglings out, cannot set up a bunker here at the expansion. Immediately turns around his Marines and lifts off his barracks back to the entrance, and now he's going to expand. So guys, basically what normally happens with this build is 2 racks Marine is a bunker push into either an expansion or Reactor Hellion, and then into an expansion. We saw that last map on Tal'Darim Altar. Moon fast expanded, hatchery first, and there was a bunker push. But fortunately for Moon, the map Tal'Darim Altar is a lot longer rush distance, so Bomber, although he was building a bunker, couldn't end the game with that bunker push. Because Moon was able to get 8 Zerglings out despite building his hatchery first. However, on this map, because the distances are so much shorter, particularly in these positions, you can't spawn across close positions in the tournament version of this map. So they're either cross positions or close air positions. And in these positions, Moon knows that Bomber could come in and bunker push his hatchery if he went hatch first, and very wisely opened with Speedling. So I love the decision making by Moon so far, playing exceptionally well, just playing it very safe. And now Bomber has his command center up now, and he's opening into double factory. So we will be seeing a Marine tank as usual. And I don't know if you guys noticed here, but Moon had 4 Zerglings here outside the front of the Bomber's base, but now 3, and occasionally he runs up here and pokes into the base. He knows there's an expansion up now. He knows there's 2 racks expansion. That is the sign of a good Zerg. That is the sign. That is what separates a diamond level Zerg to a master level Zerg, guys. Is this 4 Zerglings really that comes in and pokes? That information is key. You need to know what your opponent's doing. Zerg is, out of the 3 races, is the most reactive race of the 3. You have to have information. It's so important. I say this because with Protoss and Terran, you can macro, you can drone and make units at the same time. Zerg does not have that luxury. You're either droning or you're either making units. You need to know at every point in the game whether you can drone or whether you need to make units. And so Zerg is the most reactionary race of the three, so having those scouting Zerglings outside the base, poking in, seeing what's going on, unit compositions, counting Marines, tanks, whatever, seeing if there's Hellions or not, such important information, if there's even Marauders. So if you're a Zerg, that's a tip for you. You want to keep those Zerglings there. That also tells you when an attack's coming. Then you can immediately stop droning and start producing units. But enough about that. Bomber researching siege mode. He's got tank, marine, the usual composition, and Moon opting to go Roach Warren here. And he's researching Roach speed. Very important research. If you're making Roaches and you do not have that research, you probably will not win. So important for Roaches to have that upgrade. But now Bomber's established his expansion here. Got his defenses set up. He's only got one Marine in that bunker, but that's okay. He's got all his Marines in the back there. Zerglings need to run a long way around. He's got a little Sim City going on here with his supply depots. Very well positioned with his tanks. Marine tank, you need 2 factories and 2 barracks. Usually there's reactors on these, but it looks like he is going a 3rd command center here, so he needed those minerals to start banking up. But it looks like Bomber is moving out here, and Moon has a lot of Roaches here. He built a lot of Roaches, and speed is almost done upgrading. He's also got Overlord speed and vessels upgrading. Sacks upgrading. So behold that thought. There's going to be an engagement here, and looks like Moon comes out to engage these tanks and Marines. Moon doing some beautiful target firing on the siege tanks. Very well done by Moon, taking out all those siege tanks, and now these Marines just very easily cleaned up by these Roaches. Wow, that was an exceptional attack by Moon. Great decision making, guys. You don't notice this, but there's creep here, creep tumor, so you can see, and there was an Overlord sitting here. He knew Bomber was coming in for an attack, and he engaged him. He decided to go outside and engage him before Bomber could establish a very important position with the siege tanks in siege mode. So that was brilliant decision making. But hold that thought. There's a drop here coming into the main of Bomber, abusing the fact that the siege tanks are only at the front of the base, sieged at the front. There's nothing inside the base. He's only building a bunker now, but these Roaches took out a lot of SCVs already, taking out the starport almost, and there's even a drop at the front, dropping right on the top of the tanks. Even these SCVs coming off the lines, he's just loading up these Overlords, coming on, dropping off those tanks. Absolutely amazing. This is very bad for Bomber, and Bomber, GG's out of the game. He cannot come back from this. Wow. Very well played by Moon. What a great game. Guys, 3 things won that game for Moon. One was his speedling expand, playing it safe. He knew Bomber was going to bunker push if he hatched first. He knew that, and on this map it's very punishing. You can get those Marines there so fast. From me in the future. So if you like what you saw, please subscribe. And the finals of Moon versus Huck is already up. So if you haven't seen it, go do that. I'll see you later.